In Chapter 7, we will talk about small business and entrepreneurship. As we are going through these sections, you can write the objective down and then try to answer each of these questions as we go. This will help you learn the material better. The first section is titled Launching a New Venture, What's in It for Me? This may apply to a lot of you who either own your own business or want to be your own boss and are planning on opening your own business. So, reasons to launch a small business: greater financial success. The U.S. economy reported record levels of entrepreneurial activity in the 2 years before the global pandemic. Independence. A lot of people need to be able to have their own schedule and be their own boss, and this allows you to do that. Flexibility, of course, that's kind of the same thing here. Being able to manage your business the way that you want to, and hopefully having time with your children if you need it, having the flexibility. Challenge. You want to be challenged? This is a good way. Be it owning your own business. Survival. It's a means of income. So entrepreneurs are people who risk their time, money, and other resources to start and manage a business. And it says that many people feel financial success is more likely if they're working for themselves. It can be a lot of pressure. If you've ever talked to a business owner, they will tell you that it is a lot of stress. It's hard to find dependable workers that are trustworthy. And so this is some of the things you have to think about when you're owning your own business. You're responsible. Not only are you your own boss, you're responsible. So here's a little polling activity, and just think about this. Of course, we're not in class, but what is the most appealing to you about being an entrepreneur? Is it owning my own business, or the potential to be financially successful, being challenged, overcoming obstacles, flexibility and independence of being my own boss? Just something to think about. Section 2 is about the entrepreneur. Almost every entrepreneur starts out as a small business person, but not every small business person starts out as an entrepreneur. So entrepreneurs aim to change the world. They want to better themselves, but most don't expect huge transformative growth. So here are some entrepreneurial characteristics, and a lot of you that I've watched your videos and that are entrepreneurs, I noticed that you have a lot of energy and confidence, and you have a vision. I really think this is God-given, this energy, this vision. You see things, because honestly, I don't think I could be an entrepreneur, but I can see other people and their ideas and how, they know they're great at this. They have this talent, this vision that I couldn't see. And I would say another thing is that they can handle failure, they can handle uncertainty. And for me, I don't like to fail, and I'm a planner. So I'm not sure if I would fall into this category, but I'm so glad that a lot of you in this class do. People with internal locus of control feel that their efforts have been validated when things go well. When things go poorly, those same people feel they need to do better next time. So entrepreneurs have high levels of self-reliance, so they have an internal locus of control. External locus of control, let me go back, is a deep-seated sense that forces other than the individual are responsible for what happens in their life. So internal means you're responsible, and then external means that it's not just you, it's things outside that are outside of your control. Okay, here's a little discussion activity. And of course, I just want you to think about this. What role does failure sometimes play in entrepreneur success, and what can an entrepreneur gain from failure? So think about that for a second. And I want to mention that failure can play a key role in entrepreneurial success because what it does is it teaches you valuable lessons about what works and what doesn't work. And experience with failure can strengthen other key entrepreneurial characteristics. Think about it. Self reliance is one of those that it would increase. Also, think about other businesses, other business icons like Walt Disney and Steve Jobs. They experienced dramatic failure through their careers before they were successful. So, think about an occasion when you took a risk and think about how it turned out. How do you generally deal with failure? Do you have more of an internal or external lack of control, locus of control? These are just questions that they're fairly personal in nature. So, this is something that I want you to reflect on. The next section is about finding the money, finding funding options for small businesses. There are many resources where you can get the money. You can do that through personal resources, loans, crowdfunding. And this is a way, you may not have heard of crowdfunding, but it's a process of funding ventures by raising money from a large number of investors through the internet. Now, getting a startup loan like through a bank can be tough, mainly because there's a long waiting period or there's a lot of paperwork. So another source is the Small Business Administration, and it partially guarantees loans from local commercial lenders. Yet another potential funding source is the peer-to-peer funding, and it brings together those borrowers, investors, so that they both can benefit financially. There's also angel investors, and angel investors are looking out for companies that are likely going to grow like at a fast rate. As far as venture capital firms, deals with these firms tend to be quite visible, but only a tiny fraction of new businesses receive any venture capital. It says that U.S. venture capital funds raised $70 billion in the first half of 2021, which was a 65% increase from the previous year. So this was a group activity in the slides, and it's talking about pretend that your business was invited to a network breakfast meeting at the local chamber of commerce. So each group would need to prepare a 15 to 20-second overview of a business idea, then assign one person in the group as a spokesperson to deliver the overview with the snap needed to capture the attention of the venture capitalists. Be sure to include the purpose of the business, why the business would benefit the local community, and any other information that would serve as the beginning of a networking relationship. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because the most successful entrepreneurs accelerate their business through networking and being able to effectively and quickly communicate what their business is about. So this is a great way to practice and get involved with the Chamber of Commerce when you start your business and network. Network is so important. If you have a business card that you can give, you can network anywhere. When you meet a new person, that's a chance to network. We're going to talk about opportunities and threats for small business. It's a two-sided coin. A market niche is a small segment of a market with fewer competitors than the market as a whole. Market niches tend to be quite attractive to small firms. And I've actually had a few students that have mentioned some businesses that I would consider a niche. I don't want to share their ideas, but there's several students that have mentioned some businesses, and I'm like, wow, that's a great idea. And a lot of them tend to do well, especially when they open before a lot of the other people. For example, the loaded teas, now the market's starting to get saturated with all the people that are opening them, but at first it was a market niche. And definitely with technology, this has really allowed a lot of people to own a small business and do online sales. And a lot of these people still have full-time jobs, but yet have this side business, and it works well because they can run this business from anywhere. There are a lot of threats for small business, but I think that's with anything that you do, there are threats, but here are a few of those threats. I'll let you read over those. And it says that the 10-year survival rate declines much more slowly in years 7 through 10. So it's just trying to get past the first 5 years. So if you've gotten past that, then you're in pretty good shape. And here's something to think about. Think about the word market niche and cite 3 examples and how its technology affected market niche. Well, technology allows more competitors. And I'm going to give you a few examples of some market niches, and you can probably think of some yourself, but I'm going to give 3. Lefty Sands, San Francisco, and this is products for left-handed people, and I have not even heard of it, but I have a nephew that's left-handed, so I may have to check it out. Bees Wrap. This is leftover food wrap that's washable, reusable, and compostable. And the vegan cuts. This is a subscription delivery service of vegan products. And I would think, HelloFresh is one that you can get meals sent to your home, but there's starting to be more companies like that. But at first, it's very popular because it's new. But as time goes on and you have competitors, sales kind of slow down. All right, so does hearing about market niche examples inspire you to think about small business opportunities you might pursue? So read over these questions and think about this, and you may think of opening your own business that might be a market niche.